Makers, artists, small business owners, and freelancers, you'll want to pick up a copy of Taxes for Humans, the new book from Asheville artist and tax pro Hannah Cole. Hannah wrote her book to make you feel seen and your taxes doable. You're invited to Hannah's launch party for the book, starting at 6 p.m. Wednesday, December 3rd at Tracy Morgan Gallery. If you're in Asheville, come on by. There will be a live podcast recording, and Hannah will sign your copy of the book. All the details are at sunlighttax.com/party. Wake up, Asheville. I'm Matt Peiken, and this is your newscast for Tuesday, December 2nd. Mission Hospital remains out of compliance with federal healthcare standards following two damning state investigations, according to documents obtained by the Asheville Watchdog. The probes detail fatal staff errors, miscommunications, and equipment failures that led to multiple patient deaths and placed the hospital in immediate jeopardy of losing Medicare and Medicaid funding. Though that designation has been lifted, deficiencies in patient care, emergency services, and hospital governance persist. Regulators warn of systemic problems and staffing shortages, and the hospital has yet to publicly respond. Read more about this in the Watchdog. A new report from the Appalachian Sustainable Agriculture Project highlights persistent difficulties facing small Western North Carolina farmers after Helene. Surveys and interviews with 133 farmers revealed many were denied federal aid. 59% of FEMA applicants were rejected, while most support came locally through donations and sales. Farmers specifically request faster, streamlined aid distribution, broader eligibility that includes non-food and agritourism farms, and more comprehensive reimbursement for losses such as mature trees and lost revenue. As agencies work to expedite their processes, ASAP anticipates more farmers will receive the help they need. Read more in the Citizen Times. Asheville's violent crime rate is at a 5-year low, according to data presented by outgoing Police Chief Mike Lamb at his final City Council subcommittee meeting. Through November 9th, violent crime dropped 28% compared to the same period in 2024. The biggest reduction came from fewer aggravated assaults, down by 93 incidents. Lamb attributed the decline to proactive policing and increased officer-initiated service calls. However, the River Arts District and parts of East Asheville saw slight upticks. Property crimes rose 7%, especially in South Asheville. Lamb retires amid ongoing efforts to rebuild department staffing. Read more in the Citizen Times. Democrat Danny Davis has announced his bid to unseat Republican incumbent Mark Pless in North Carolina's 118th House District, which includes Haywood and Madison counties. A retired district court judge and former assistant district attorney, Davis has also chaired the Haywood County Board of Elections. He previously ran for the State House in 2012 and for county commissioner in 2018. In his campaign announcement, Davis emphasized economic hardship for working families and pledged to fight for constituents, quote, left behind. First elected in 2020, Pless faces two challengers in the GOP primary. Read more in the Smoky Mountain News. And the Pisgah Conservancy recently marked its 10th anniversary, celebrating a decade of trail restoration, habitat improvement, and watershed stewardship in Pisgah National Forest. Founded by John Cottingham, a retired attorney with deep ties to the area, the nonprofit formed after he discovered no direct way to donate to the forest. The group now collaborates with partners and the U.S. Forest Service on both small and large-scale projects, including repairing storm-damaged bridges and restoring degraded trails. Their largest volunteer effort, Pisgah Project Day, returns next April 25th. You can read more about this in the Mountain Express. Our daily newscast can also arrive in your email every weekday morning. Sign up for our newsletter at wakeupavl.transistor.fm. You can also find us on Facebook or Instagram at wakeupavl. I'm Matt Peiken. Thanks for waking up every weekday morning to Wake Up Asheville.